Down to Business on Newstalk.
Sponsored by Bank of Ireland. We understand business. Choose the bank that's here to help you rise to today's business challenges and tomorrow's.
Now, over the coming weeks, Newstalk goes green, and thanks to SSE Electricity, Ireland's largest provider of 100% green energy. We're going to take a deep dive into climate change and sustainability and look at what we can do to reduce waste and energy consumption to protect our planet. So, what can I do? What can a business do? Today we're going to look at green hospitality and what the sector can do to minimise their impact in the environment. To tell us more, I'm delighted to be joined by Anya Meehan. She's the HR and Purchasing Manager and Green Team Leader at the Hotel Doolin over there in the lovely West Clare, Ireland's first carbon neutral hotel. Good morning, Anya.
Good morning, Bobby. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'd be better if I was over in lovely West Clare like you, Anya.
Welcome anytime.
Can you tell us, Anya, if you would, you say that you've been awarded carbon neutral status. What does that actually mean and how is it measured?
Yeah, so, well, firstly, we were certified in 2019 by a company called Green Hospitality. And it means that we measure and record the amount of energy, water and waste that the hotel is generating, and we set targets for ourselves to reduce that. So we actually currently offset more carbon than we actually create each year. So we had to...
You do that by like planting trees and that, is it?
Yeah, but you can't just go off and plant, a couple of thousand trees. You have to show that you're making efforts to reduce your energy consumption. So like what we did was in 2018, we changed our heating system in the hotel to an air to water heating system.
Right.
We were using oil, and that works off green electricity. So we purchase 100% green electricity from our electricity provider, and in the first year that was a 68% reduction in our oil. Also, like, we have energy charts with equipment. So for example, the kitchen is the highest energy using department in the hotel. So instead of maybe a chef coming in and just turning on everything at the same time, there's a chart there to say, well, look, this is the time that's needed to turn on those ovens. So
and what is the financial impact of that being on you in terms of savings? Or
yeah, well, actually, you'd be really surprised if you call your electricity supplier. You might get a rate that's very similar to what you're paying for energy that's not renewable. We changed our gas recently to a bio LPG gas, and very little difference. I guess it's not just about the financial savings, but obviously there are financial savings because if you're reducing the amount of energy, the amount of water, the amount of waste that you're putting in the bins, it's hitting the bottom line straight away. So we have definitely achieved savings, but also more and more of our guests want to stay or get married in a sustainable business.
And you're doing about 130 weddings a year there, which is a busy wedding hotel.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the venue is called the Eco Barn. It was built in 2018. It's an A-rated, 100% soundproof building with a really efficient energy and heat ventilation system. For every wedding that we host, we plant 10 native trees locally. So in the last 3 years, we've planted just over 2,000 trees.
Wow.
And each tree offsets 1 ton of carbon in its lifetime. So
you have a couple of other nice initiatives there. I liked the way the do not disturb signs on the hotel guest doors are wooden and they're made by the chef, which I think is good, that he can multitask and make signs for the door as well as cook the dinner. That's pretty decent. And also then things like plastic bottles and single-use items are completely banned in the hotel.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that. And do you ever get any pushback on any of that?
Not really, because we always offer an alternative. So you can buy a glass bottle of water. There's a refill station where you can refill your bottle of water. We always think about the guest's comfort.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, the heating system, with oil, we found that the heat was going on, then it was going off. The rooms might be too hot, they might be too cold. So this heating system maintains an ambient temperature all the time. We don't use single-use plastic bottles for the toiletries. So we refill Voya, which is an organic seaweed product.
Up in Sligo, I know them, yeah.
Up in Sligo, yeah. And, you're saving on the amount of waste that you're putting in the bin. So you can go with a more luxurious
Yeah.
product.
And sort of finally, I wanted to ask you, Anya, is that if it's good for the guest and there's a financial benefit attached to it, then it's much easier to sell as a green initiative, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. And I think what I would say is, for any business, it's the responsible thing to do. You have to start doing it. And my advice would be to, get the team involved, and just start monitoring it straight away, and
Yeah.
set yourself a target. And like, we're delighted with what we've achieved. We've loads more to achieve, and the team have done superb work.
No, that's great. And again, it also attracts a whole new customer base, which I think is, again, clever.
Definitely.
And you're, as you say, it's enhancing your product and your reputation, and you're doing the right thing. So well done to you, Anya Meehan.
Thanks very much.
HR and purchasing manager and green team leader at the Hotel Doolin over there in the wonderful West Clare, a place I love so much. So thank you,
Thanks very much,
Anya, for
Bobby.
joining us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Take care.